Hello and welcome to Stop Hannah Time. So thank you for your patience over the last few weeks. We'll just get this bit out of the way first. To cut a long story short, I was ill. I was told by a doctor to have a week off of work, which I couldn't really do because I had to sort of struggle on and produce content, because that's what YouTube is like. You can't just go away at the end of the day when it's 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You can't just leave work. So it all went a bit wrong. I was on painkillers and I was on antibiotics, so I wasn't with it at all. You can hear that in some of the content that I am really not with it at all. But as a result of that, we had no live stream and the vlogs were all over the place. So thank you for your patience during that time. Hopefully it wasn't too disruptive. We got Game of Thrones out, which was the important one, and Batman's pretty much done as well. In terms of other stuff that's not going to be happening or going a bit wonky over the next few weeks, may as well group it in together. There will be no live stream this week or next week because I'm preparing for Gamescom. I'm basically going for the whole week to work with Ubisoft to see new demos like the EV demo for Syndicate and a few other bits and bobs. Have a look at Germany. If I'm lucky, I might get to see some other stuff that's going on just in general around the convention. I'm just gonna have to see. But if you're out and you see me, say hi. But as a result, no live stream this week because I'm preparing, and no live stream next week because I won't be here. And the same with the vlog. There won't be one next week, and maybe the week after because I get back Sunday, so I might be really tired. So just so you know, both vlog and live stream will be a bit wonky for the next 2 weeks, but give me a few weeks and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I should be back. I should be rested and ready to do stuff. But if you've got ideas for live stream games for when I get back, we can always go back to The Witcher if we want to do that, or I can just start finding random smaller games. So a little bit what Sips does, he tries stuff out. We can definitely do that kind of stuff as well if you guys would rather see a bit more variety versus just playing the side quests on things. Totally can do that. Fantastic. So yeah, that's all that done. Brilliant. Moving on, let's talk about nice things, like the book. So if you've noticed, there is a Yogscast book coming out. You can order it on Amazon, it's in the video description below. If you want to know more, I've linked you to the vlog, the announcement thing that is the guys with the drones. And you can pre-order it on Amazon now. It's basically like an annual, so if you're of the right age that you've had an annual, so like the Beano annual, I remember those, or just any of those sort of things. We've made like a special edition thing. Kim and I have got some pages in there, Nadia and I have got some pages in there. So there's loads of stuff, so that is quite an exciting project, and we'll hopefully see how it's going. It's been in discussion for quite a few months now, and it's really nice that we can finally say that we're doing it. So if you want to know more, video description for that. What else? I need to sneeze, that's what else. So moving on from that, let's talk about the content. Batman is done. Tonight's episode I think is pretty much the last one. There may be a few here and there. The main issue with the game is the Nightfall thing, which if you know what that is, you have to unlock a lot of shit to achieve it, and I kind of want to try and get that ending for you guys, so I'm hoping I can do that. We'll see. We'll see. It may not happen. And I've got a few live stream highlights I think I still need to put out, so I'll try and remember to do that as well, including Hush. I think we find Hush in one of the live stream highlights, so I'll see what I can do about that. Tomorrow is Life is Strange. It's back. I know. So that should put us up until, I want to say Thursday, Friday, so that should take us up to the weekend, and then the weekend, God knows, random shit maybe. I keep debating, I keep coming back to this, and I know that the channel has expressed an interest in the past, and I've sort of gone, it's an old game. I've got Heavy Rain. We could play a bit of Heavy Rain. If you want me to play Heavy Rain, let me know in the comments. If there's any other games you'd like me to play, let me know in the comments. I need to book in with Kim to do Fright Night. We have a list of 6 or 7 games, but that again, she's busy, I'm busy. She's off to Penang shortly. She's off to Penang and she will be there when Until Dawn comes out, which means we'll do that when she gets back. Mad Max is out in September, which will be good. I'm excited for that. But yeah, it should be a little bit iffy over the next few months in terms of a consistent game. We should have bits and bobs again, maybe revisit the forest a little bit, see how that's going. who knows. But if you've got any ideas for games you would like me to play, whether it's co-op games with someone in mind, or just any old thing, then let me know in the comments. So, book. Now, I know I promised that I would look at Orange is the New Black, and I try and look at a book every 2 weeks and let you guys know if you should read it, but number one, I couldn't really get into Orange is the New Black as a book. I got about, I don't know, a third of the way through and I was like, I'm not really feeling this. And I don't know whether it was the plot, the writing, or the fact that all the characters have different names, which really threw me. And that kind of got in the way for me because I was going, is this Nikki? Is this supposed to be Val, like Voss? Is this supposed to be Red? And then I'd meet the character, I'd go, right, that is supposed to be Red. And then later on they'd refer to the name and I would have completely forgotten. So it was a little bit hard in my brain to differentiate the two. Obviously also was on medications, that probably didn't help. So Orange is the New Black is somewhere in the flat, I don't know where. But I'll have to come back to it another time, I think, because it seemed like quite hard work to just try and translate it. And I think that was the problem. I think if I hadn't watched the TV show, I would be having a better time with it. But it seemed pretty good so far. What I do want to talk to you about instead, which I was reading on the train and I really enjoyed, is this. It's called Girl with All the Gifts. Somehow it's gotten dirty, which makes me feel terrible because I feel like a horrible person when I damage a book. But this is a awesome book. It may heavily borrow from a very, very well-known, not bad game that a very intelligent and beautiful woman on the internet may have played, called The Last of Us. May borrow heavily from that concept of cordyceps and a young girl being the main figure point of the story, but it's a slightly different setting, slightly different people. Arguably it probably doesn't borrow at all, it's just an odd coincidence that this turned up a few years later, but it is good. It's a thick one, it's a big book, but I'm enjoying it. I'm halfway through. It is thrilling. It's got, so if you don't know The Last of Us, it's a zombie game, effectively. I mean, you can discuss semantics about what the fuck things are called, but it's a zombie game. It's a thrilly, horror-y, creepy zombie game where you play Joel and Ellie, so an older man and a younger girl. And this has a similar sort of premise of you're protecting this younger girl. Well, there's a group of them protecting this younger girl. They're doing various things. It's actually set in England, so they're trying to get through the English countryside to safety because certain things have happened, and but there are extra little twists. It's not the same cordyceps. There's certain things that are happening and aren't happening, and I won't spoil any of that. So if you've read this and you want to be pedantic in the comments, go for it. But there's a reason I'm not saying the full story, because that would give it all away, and I'm trying not to say the full story of The Last of Us either, just in case people haven't. So shh, don't tell people. But this is good. The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Genuinely good. Pick it up. I've enjoyed it. Joss Whedon liked it. There's a weird mixture of quotes on here because you've got Joss Whedon quoting on the bottom, right? But then you've got, and the author of Let the Right One In, so that's the Swedish vampire story that got turned into a film. But then you've also got the Metro commenting on it, which uses the word poignant. I didn't know the Metro had that in its vocabulary. Vogue and The Guardian have said stuff about it, and Marie Claire. Didn't know Marie Claire was a specialist on zombie books. But pick that up. If you see it, pick it up. Genuinely, very nice. You will enjoy that if you're into your zombie thriller, apocalyptic worlds. That. Moving on from that, let's talk Q&A. Oh, here we go. So this is a question that's related to Batman, and actually there's something I need to talk about with Batman anyway. But this is from Archangel, who says, if Batman Arkham Knight would get a large DLC with a new villain, who would you want that villain to be? Would it be like in Arkham City when you played a bit as Robin and then, do you remember they sort of swap between? Now, it doesn't really matter what I say about this because the PC version is still fucked. The intermittent patch is due in August that will possibly fix some of the issues. I missed the some there. And yeah, the Batgirl DLC is not available as a result on PC. I have a season pass. I've paid. Sorry, I'm just putting my phone over there because it was going off because Katie. And I have paid 20 odd quid for the season pass. I don't have my Red Hood DLC. Notice this is starting. I don't have my Red Hood DLC. I don't have my Batgirl DLC. Apparently it's shit anyway, but I pay good money. What the hell? What the hell? So, yeah. I would love to comment on this, but as I don't get any of it because I'm a PC user, I think that's fucking bullshit. Because there are people playing this game, it works for them. Okay, it's not great. Okay, they need to do a lot of fixes, but that doesn't mean you should be going, oh, all the season pass users, fuck you, you don't get anything. And the awkward thing is the Steam thing won't allow me to refund it because I bought it as part of the big Arkham Knight Plus season pass pack. I have to refund the whole thing or open a ticket, which I might do. But I wouldn't mind, I'm trying to think who we've got or the possibility of who we've got, because bear in mind the Arkham games are very all-inclusive with villains. But you're going to want to have a character like Red Hood or maybe Deathstroke who has the ability to do similar styles to Batman. To be honest, I would quite like it if the Harley Quinn story pack was just 3 times as long. That's what I'd love. I'd love a proper Harley story from her point of view that isn't just whatever the shit it was that we played on the live stream, because that wasn't brilliant. It was really short and I was quite disappointed about that. So I'd probably say Harley. I mean, there's obviously another villain I would much rather have a DLC for that, if you've been watching, you'll know who I'm talking about. I hope you will, because he's around a lot, shall we say. I'd love a DLC with him. I'd love, especially in the video that goes out tonight, I'd love more of what you see there. And I'd love all the trippy stuff that happens with Batman as well, with the toxin. So I'd love like a toxin DLC. Maybe Scarecrow, actually. There you go. Scarecrow, Harley, unnamed villain that you will all know if you've been watching. Or maybe Deathstroke, but Deathstroke had a big thing in Origins. He was the main bad dude, wasn't he? So I think probably that's what I'd like. So thank you for your question. I think if anyone else has any ideas of villains they'd like to see, and concepts of what they could be, post them, because I'm quite interested to see what that'd be like. I wouldn't like to see a Nightwing one. I know there's like Nightwing stuff, but I want to see something gritty and, yeah, Harley, maybe Catwoman, but she's already got a little bit of a role and she had a role in City, so I don't know. But yeah, cool, thank you. So this question is from Matt, who says, with collector's editions like Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition being so popular, yes, I've pre-ordered it. I am excited. I can't use my phone in it because it's a giant phone, but I'm still excited. What would your dream collectible be bundled with a game? Past games, present games, future games all included. Well, it's a difficult one because I did like the Arkham Knight Collector's Edition, but I wasn't willing to pay because of, obviously, Arkham Knight being fucked. But I do like the Assassin's ones that they put out. I like the statues, so you can't really see. In fact, you can't see at all. You can just about see Aiden Pierce there. Behind him, that way, no. Oh, for God's sake, thumb. There, there. Oh, bloody hell. There is Edward and Blackbeard from AC4. And there's also one up on the top there. And I do like the figurines that they do for those. But the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy thing is really cool. And that's the kind of stuff I like. I like to have stuff where you can have it on a stand. And, you know, maybe if you're very lucky, you can put batteries in it. And maybe it does quirky fucking shit like this. That's what I would like as a collector's edition. Now, I bought this back when it first came out. This is my portal gun. I also have a sentry turret as a collector's edition. And I wish that back then you could have done that. I wish that maybe they'll do it for Portal 3, if they do a Portal 3. Maybe they won't. I don't know. We're not good with Valve and 3, are we? But I would love it if you could buy this kind of swag with your game of Portal. Because especially the big full-size Portal guns, I don't think you can buy them anymore. You can only buy the little co-op ones that are like Diddy size, like they only come to about here. And I would love it if you could have bought something like this with the game. I mean, Fallout as well. The Fallout New Vegas Collector's Edition is gorgeous. I did an unboxing of that, if you can find it. It's either on this channel or on the main channel. Gorgeous. But also, the Pip-Boy is going to be amazing. I'm getting that. I will fight people for it if I have to. I've pre-ordered it, but if they cancel my pre-order, I will cut someone. I will. I won't really. But I really want that. I want the ability. I want a collectible that I can have, just have it on a desk. Or have it, the portal gun and the sentry are in my lounge. So that's what I'd like. I'd like to put a Pip-Boy in there. So yeah, I think probably that, but I just don't know. I mean, there's so much scope. You'd have to pick the game first, then pick something to go with it, and I just don't even know, because there's just so much awesome shit coming out, or has come out. Yeah, let's stick with the Portal. Let's stick with the Portal gun and leave it at that. Thank you very much for your question. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you again for your patience. Don't forget, there won't be a live stream this week. There won't be a vlog and a live stream next week. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. I hope you enjoy Life is Strange, and I hope you enjoy everything else that's going on. See you soon. Bye!